She was one of the most photographed women in the world at the beginning of the 20th century. More images of Lily Elsie were published than portraits of kings and presidents combined. Behind her flawless, doll-like beauty that captivated millions, there was a much darker reality. She suffered from severe anorexia, hallucinations, and devastating panic attacks. On the outside, she was the perfect image of elegance, but inside, she was fighting a daily battle with mental illness. Born into a modest family, her mother was a dressmaker. Young Elsie was nicknamed Little Elsie because of her delicate doll-like face and extreme shyness. When she entered show business, she changed her name to the more sophisticated Lily Elsie. She quickly became a major style icon and popularized the trend of enormous hats, some as wide as 60 centimeters. These dramatic creations were secured with long, sharp pins that could actually injure people in crowded streets. The police eventually began finding women whose hat pins didn't have safety tips. Her biggest breakthrough came when she starred in the operetta The Merry Widow. The production ran for an astonishing 778 consecutive performances. During World War I, postcards featuring her portrait were carried by nearly every British soldier. To the men fighting in the trenches, she represented everything beautiful and peaceful they had left behind. Yet, while the world adored her, Lily was quietly falling apart. The most desired woman of her era suffered from intense stage fright. She would often cry backstage, terrified to face the audience that worshipped her. Her signature elegant look was created by the legendary designer Lucille, the same woman who would later survive the sinking of the Titanic. Lucille laced Lily into incredibly tight corsets, turning her into a living porcelain doll. To keep that delicate, fragile image, Lily barely ate. What we now recognize as severe anorexia was then celebrated as the height of beauty. Her painfully thin figure became the global standard for decades, inspiring millions of women to starve themselves for the perfect wasp waist, the same waist that caused Lily constant fainting spells and hallucinations. Fame did not bring her happiness. It slowly destroyed her mind. In 1911, she married into wealth, but the marriage was cold and childless. After their divorce in 1930, she was left completely alone and fell into deep depression. In a desperate attempt to treat her, doctors performed a lobotomy. The procedure permanently damaged her personality and left her as a shadow of the vibrant woman she once was. Lily Elsie passed away at the age of 76 in total isolation. Her final years were spent in a psychiatric hospital. The only bittersweet comfort she had was that no one in the hospital recognized her as the legendary beauty whose face had once appeared on millions of postcards. Look closely into her eyes in these restored photographs. You won't see the triumph of a superstar. You'll see only a quiet, desperate cry for help from inside a golden cage she could never escape.